everyone. We are here in Jönköping, Sweden for the Season 1 Championships. So we're at the Riot booth, here with our Spin to Win board. You can take a spin here and get some cool things like stickers, a Riot fist bump. There's a free one for you. A Demacian war cry, which we will have a demonstration right here. 1, 2, 3, Demacia, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Demacia!
Woo! Awesome. And the best of all, you can spin the wheel for a free, oh, it's not on here right now. So we're having a free DreamHack Tryndamere skin. You can get your exclusive here this weekend, and you can get it for free. You just spin our board and hang out. Come on over and see our swag. Here's Andrew Beagle, also known as Tamit, and Leo from the EU office. And best of all, every afternoon we're doing a Rioters versus DreamHack match. So come here, fill out a card, and we'll have a raffle, and you can play one of us 5 Rioters, including David Freak Turley. You can tell him to get on your level, which is awesome. And it's going to be a lot of fun, so come on over. We're on the DreamHack floor, and come join us. And now over to Traveler.
Hey guys, Traveler here, and I'm over in the free play area. Not open yet, but it will be open soon. And some of you guys over there can come play some League of Legends. We also have our writers over here. Hey guys, photographers, what's up? So the writers will be giving us a play-by-play on the web, and that's it for over here. Let's go talk to Daniel, who's going to be talking programming.
How's it going, guys? Welcome to the tournament area. All the blood, sweat, and tears and all the hard work and emotion here to be poured out on this playing field here. 5v5 Summoner's Rift to go down. Myself, Rivington III, and Xenon here to bring some of the action to you this weekend. Everybody's getting set up on their beautiful Alienware laptops, just getting ready. What was the long road for these guys, Xenon?
There were 3 qualifiers that these people had to go through: a European qualifier, a North American qualifier, and a Southeast Asian qualifier. And all of them were really, really hard fought. And we have the first 4 teams setting up here right now. This is Group A. These are the first group matches we're going to see. We see Epik Gaming set up here right now. And they are going to face the Titans from Europe, AAA, who are about to get ready over here. And for later in the day, we have Team Pacific versus Fnatic, who are also set up and ready. Rivington, this is where it's going to be decided. This is where the $100,000 prize purse is going to be won, or not won, as the case may be. This is where it's going to go down, and I think we're going to give over to Freak and Joe Miller in the casting booth now.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the League of Legends, my own game, I can't say it right. League of Legends Season 1 $100,000 Championship, the global finals. I'm David Freak Turley. I'm joined here with Joe Miller. Hello. Hello. And we are at DreamHack Summer 2011 in Jönköping, Sweden, and I cannot be happier to be here. This is an incredibly crazy event. We have thousands of people watching online, hundreds of people watching here in person, and more are going to come in over the course of the days. We've got dozens of best of 3s to be played. We've got dozens of games. 8 teams, the best in the world. We're getting the first one started out very, very shortly. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, and it's going to be a little bit of something close to our hearts, I would say. North America versus Europe, of course, against All Authority, against Epik. And Freak, obviously, we will be starting off with Group A, first of all, today. We'll be moving over later into Group B. And in a little while, we'll be able to show you that schedule that we've got coming up for the first games of the day in Group A. But Epik versus AAA, an amazing, amazing game to start off with. Yeah,
I really couldn't be happier with the first game of the day. We've got the very top seed from Europe against All Authority, French team, well, 4 French plus 1, against Epik Gaming, who have been a really cool sleeper hit from North America. They're the #2 seed, American team, and they're kind of known to get silver medals, is the funny thing. Last year at World Cyber Games USA, they lost to CLG in a really, really close final for the trip to WCG World. And then here in the North American qualifiers, they got 2nd place again, where they made it all the way through the winner bracket, and then Solamid just beat him out at the very end. So a silver medal team so far, but I'm really looking forward to this. Of course, it is North America versus Europe. I'm stuttering like a madman, and it's going to be just crazy awesome.
Well, let's take a look at the schedule for Group A that we'll be bringing you first of all here on the League of Legends stream from the Championship. So, yeah, as we said, Against All Authority versus Epik Gaming will be match number 1. Then we'll be moving over onto Fnatic versus Team Pacific. And obviously a lot of people really excited to see one of these Southeast Asian teams in action, see how they're going to do, and maybe even more importantly, how they, you know, what kind of style they bring. Are they going to pull out some crazy things that we don't regularly see from Europe or North America?
I'm not sure so much about what strategies guys are preparing. Of course, if we ask them, oh, what secret strategy do you have for the next match? They're not going to tell us. They're not going to tell us, right? So if we're like, hey, so AAA, what's your lineup going to be? And they're like, oh, you know, 5 Fiddlesticks is mid, obviously. And I'm just going to believe them, right? Because they know better than I do. But though a couple of the teams are actually known for running some special strategies. Epik Gaming actually specifically runs slightly off-kilt lineups. In Group B, Gamed DE is known for some special picks as well. So those are I think, the teams to watch for super innovation. But also the Southeast Asian teams, we haven't seen play at all. We have almost no knowledge of the real strategies, aside from a couple interviews we've had with the players. Team Zan seems to like Pantheon, and there's a thread about that on the forums, and people were like, Pantheon, please. But, you know, last year people were like, Twisted Fate, who plays him? And, you know, he proved to be quite powerful still. So we're probably going to see a lot of really new innovations and cool strategies. I was actually watching Fnatic play just like 5 minutes ago, and I saw a little secret champion they had a little prepared there. So we're going to see if that plays out in Group A, actually. Fnac's the 3rd seed, so we'll be actually seeing them next game. So I'm very intrigued to see what the special strategies are that might show up.
Yeah, just to give you a little bit of a rundown, in the group stage it will be best of 1 game. So, you know, it's all or nothing in the group stage on each game. As we move through into the playoffs, obviously, which will be coming up tomorrow and also Monday, then we'll be moving into the best of 3 format. So, really, this group stage, you lose 1 game and you could be in a little bit of trouble. So, I think we'll see some safe play, but maybe from those underdog teams, something a little bit risky to beat out the, you know, the favorites of the groups. Yeah,
and the way the groups work right here is you know, it's 4 teams per group. And the number 1 seed out of the group, if you win all your games, you're guaranteed top 4. You're guaranteed into the double elimination tournament. It's going to work really well for you. You're guaranteed top 4. You're guaranteed to make it if you go 3-0. Done. If you go 0-3, if you're last place, you're out of the tournament. And we're playing both groups today. So Group A and Group B, the 4th seed from each, going home. Well, not going home. I mean, the flights are still, you know, later in the week, but they're done for the tournament. So at the end of today, we're going to have a guaranteed top 4 team and a guaranteed out of the tournament team from each group. Then from there we have the 2nd and 3rd seeds, and basically they're doing a little crisscross pattern here where the 2nd seed from Group A is going to play the 3rd from Group B and vice versa, and the winner of those matches, those 2 matches, are also going into the double elimination group stage. So you really, really, really want Seed 1. Seed 2 gives you an advantage in that relegation match against the other group, so you want to do as well as you can, obviously. If you lose 1 match, you're not out at all. I mean, you can still get 2-1, you can still get 2nd seed, or you can have a 3-way tie and still get 1st. There's 100 different things that can happen in the groups, but obviously everyone wants to win.
So let's talk about this game a little bit more in depth. Freak, who's your favorite for this Epik against All Authority clash?
It's going to be close. So I'm going to put this out here right away. We're in Europe and I'll get booed for it, but I'm American and I'm going to cheer for the North American teams. I really, I know. I really do want to cheer for the Southeast Asian teams. I'm a huge fan of underdogs. If you haven't been proven, if you're all heart and no results, I want you to win. I want you to do well. And I would love to see Zan and Pacific just crush faces and go 3-0 in 12-minute games. And it's going to be crazy. And so, who do I think is going to win? I mean, Against All Authority is the number 1 seed, right? If I'm going to consider both continents equal, the number 1 seed should beat number 2. So I think AAA are the favorites, but I'm going to pull for Epik, and then the next game I'm going to pull for Team Pacific.
Well, there we go then. I guess I'm with Against All Authority, which is not such a bad deal for me. But before we go into the game, we've got Karen in the pro gaming area, and she's going to interview the teams.
Hello, I'm here with a member of Team Fnatic playing in Group A today. Would you introduce yourself for all our viewers?
Yes, I'm Sushi, I'm from Poland, and I play for Fnatic for around half a year at the moment. And I'm pretty happy that I'm in this team. I love the guys, totally. Yes.
Great, we're so happy that you're here. And I heard you have a little bit of a special sauce that you brought for the match. Could you explain that for us?
Well, I was gonna bring that, but the security at the airport didn't let me move that through the plane, and sadly I don't have my homemade brew, but at the Germany, at IMM, I had some, and guys said it's really delicious.
Wonderful. And what did you do to prepare for this match?
Well, because the servers were kind of failing on the Europe side, So we had to practice individually in the solo queue. Like Lamia was duo queuing with Melisande to practice their bottom lane, and me, Pekka, and Cyanide were practicing our champions in solo queue as well.
Great. I mean, you guys are so awesome. You don't need to practice anyway, right? You guys got this.
Well, you cannot say you don't need practice. You always can get better. There's always someone better than you, so it's good to train, and yeah.
Great. And what is? Do you guys have like a team motto for the weekend? Like, what do you guys? What is your goal here at DreamHack?
Well, we obviously want to win, like everyone, and we hope we can manage to do that and give a good performance for fans and stuff.
Great. Well, best of luck. Thanks for talking to us, and have fun.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
All right, and welcome back to the casting booth. We are here getting ready to go the very first game of the tournament, Against All Authority versus Epik Gaming. And this is really going to set the stage, I think, for the North America-Europe rivalry, for the tournament in general. These are two of the top teams, number 1 and number 2 seed from two of the regions. And I really just can't wait to see it. I really have nothing else to say except I just can't wait to see it.
Yeah, the first game of the tournament always one which could pull out a few surprises. You know, the teams have not played it all really today. Obviously, some of them had a little bit of a warm-up, but mostly they're coming into this one cold. And a first seed from Europe against second seed from North America, an amazing matchup. And I think we are ready to go with this one. Actually, yeah, Epik said they're ready. Against All Authority said they're ready, and we're going to go into the picks and bans.
Yep, just waiting for host to click start on the game. Looks like Salce is the one, and we are into Champion Select. So here we go. The game is started. The team's going to have 30 seconds apiece to ban champions. So let me give you a quick overview of how the tournament draft works. So there are 2 teams, 5 players per team, and you draft the champions. You can see on the screen here, there's a list of, I believe it's 76 champions in this build. For those who play League of Legends, this is the current live build minus Orianna. Orianna's not available, but all the rest of the champions, all the balance changes, the skins, all available to be used. And so the way this works, if you're playing in competitive play in this tournament, you can ban out champions. So each team gets 3 bans. You can see Akali on the left-hand side, Rumble on the other. These teams are banning out champions that the other team and their own team can't play them. They're not eligible to be played in that game. This changes if you have a best of 3, you do a new set of bans. So after each team bans 3 champions, you then have a pick cycle. AAA will pick 1, Epik will pick 2, and it'll go 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. I said one too many 2s there, but the point is, you take turns picking your 5 champions, and you can see that they're saying, you know, AAA does not want to fight Akali, and this is great. I love seeing these. Akali is a targeted ban. Westrice on North American servers is known for playing Akali. He's an incredibly strong Akali player. And the very first ban for Against All Authority, no, not dealing with Akali, no thank you. And you can see Epik is banning Rumble. Rumble is a champion that's known to be so strong on the European servers. North Americans are just barely learning to play him now, and they're not feeling confident with that right there. So they're banning out Rumble, saying we're not going to deal with that. You look at these bans: Akali, Rumble, Vladimir, Needle is again a targeted ban. Nunu is a very strong jungler, and then Twisted Fate, the very last ban from Epik. So a pretty good range of bans. And right away, the very first pick is Jungle Amumu. Jungle, he has that Smite Summoner spell that lets him deal a lot of damage to a single target, usually jungle minions. And he's got Flash as well, which is a good summoner spell for positioning. It lets you move about a third of the screen wherever you want across the map. And Amumu is a very position-based champion, so he's really going to push in for those locations. You see the early picks from Epik are Janna and Vayne. Vayne, a ranged carry, physical damage dealing champion. Janna, a great babysitter and support for physical damage. She has a shield that not only blocks damage, but gives you bonus damage as well, and Vayne's going to really love having that. And one of the things in League of Legends is not only do you pick a champion, but you pick summoner spells, which means that you actually, as a player, have 2 of roughly 12 spells that you can pick, and no matter what champion you have, you can cast those spells on moderate to long cooldowns that do cool things. So Flash teleports you, Ghost makes you run fast, Clairvoyance reveals a location on the map. We look at more of these picks, and Karth is an early pick as well, a very strong mage pick. And might be MoMa playing him, but just a very strong mage, does magic damage in contrast to what Vayne's going to be doing. Just extremely high damage champion, and a pretty good synergy with Amumu as well, who can pin targets down in a location, and then Karthik can just pelt on those guys and deal constant damage.
Yeah, and we see there Kujaa will actually take Miss Fortune, who obviously a big AD carry champion who's going to be played out by Kujaa, and we'll now move over obviously to Epik, who will be picking their first jungler, which will be coming in the form of Warwick, there with obviously with Smite on Dinh.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, we have 3 flashes on each team. You can't repeat your summoner spell, you can't go double flash or double smite, but every single player so far has picked up flash. And one thing to point out real quick, just in case this will probably end up happening, is it's a tournament draft, so you're picking in the order that you joined the game, but you can swap your champions around at the end, so it's actually working out really well, where Dyrus probably will be playing a physical carry, and Dinh actually is the jungler for the team, and Salce is the mage player picking up Annie, but you might see some swaps around. So for example, the Clairvoyance Misfortune is not something I've actually ever seen played in a ranked game, so Kujaa will be playing support, he's got that Clairvoyance locked in, but he's going to swap with probably Yellowstar, who's probably the ranged carry player for this game. And that's going to be one of the things going on there.
Yeah, so we'll see now Against All Authority take their final 2 picks. Obviously they had the first one, and Yellowstar will be taking Soraka, so they'll be the main support for Against All Authority. And Yellowstar actually, interestingly enough, just got knocked off the 2nd position actually in the solo rank queue by none other than Wicked from SK.
Unfortunately, SK not making it, so
he's got some time to concentrate there.
Well, he's got a lot of time to practice, and of course Season 2 is going to start up, and we'll have probably bigger and better next year, so that'll be glorious. But we're at Season 1 right now. It's about this, about $100,000 up for grabs. Top team, $50,000 to split amongst your team. Half the money, half of $100 grand going to one team. One of the teams here on Tuesday morning.
It's going to be rich.
Check, giant check, bigger than me, worth a lot of money. And the last few picks, we saw Soraka, and now it's Aurelia the pickup. Almost definitely going to be a switch as well. sOAZ, known really as the mage player for the team. I could be wrong. I'm a little bit rusty in my European lineups. It's kind of what I get for being in the other continents. But generally speaking, sOAZ the mage player. He's the one who plays needly when he's up there. Usually plays the mages. So we're probably going to see MoMa and sOAZ swap, and Yellowstar and Kujaa swap. Super entertaining commentary, of course, talking about swapping champions. But the final pick for Epik Gaming Westrice is one of those ranged AD players. Now, Dyrus has been known to play AD as well. I have seen these guys run double damage. Ooh. Oh, this is great. They're going to grab Singed. I'm fanboying. People are clapping out in the back who know. Dyrus is like the North American famous Singed player. This is great. I'm super happy to see Dyrus going to be on Singed. Westrice and Dyrus are going to swap. I'm sorry, I'm just having a fanboy moment right now. This is great. This is going to be hilarious. That's all I can say.
Yeah, Singed, in Europe at least, I'd say a little bit underused. We see him definitely a lot more, I guess, in North America, but a great champion for me to watch. Actually, my main as well.
Oh, nice. I've tried playing Singed, and I've got my own, I've got my triple kills from running around and just like waiting and people die to me.
Yeah.
But okay, so we have the 2-minute garbage time. This is for players to set up runes and masteries and swap. There we see Kujaa taking that Soraka. Dyrus is on Singed. I'm just, this is going to be so much fun. I love watching Singed. He does so many stupid things that are hilarious. Flips people over his back, slows everyone down, runs around on the poison trail, and no one can catch him. He's the most hilarious champion. I'm waving my arms around, which is great. That's how excited I am to see Singed. Doublelift going to be staying on support. Interesting, a couple things to note. Doublelift not on Blitzcrank. He's a fairly well-known Blitzcrank player in the North American servers, but they needed a support this game, not so much a tank, because they've got Singed and Warwick to hold that front line. They've got some nice crowd control from Annie, so the players are going to be pretty safe. So let's go ahead and look into the lineups. What do you think AAA's strength is going to be here?
Well, if you're looking into Against All Authority, we saw in the European qualifiers MoMa playing a very, very solid game in the mid lane. And obviously this time playing Karthus, one of those champions who you always have to be aware of. When you think you've escaped with that little bit of health, bam, all of a sudden you're dead.
Yeah.
And usually 3, maybe 4 of you as well, if MoMa gets lucky.
Yeah.
So that could be quite annoying for Epik as well. Over on the other side, as you said, Doublelift, going for the support role this time, usually maybe playing a little bit more tankier, but we'll see. Westrice obviously playing with Vayne, going to have to come out very, very strong on that bottom lane, probably against Misfortune. And then you've got Annie as well, who's obviously been played by Salce, who I think we could see a great, great battle between Annie and MoMa.
Oh yeah, that'll
Salce and MoMa.
Yeah, that'll be super fun. So a point of something, I don't know what the word I was going for here, but the interesting thing, in about the last 4 to 5 months, maybe a little bit less, North American players have been adopting the European play style of running a support plus a range carry bottom, a mage mid, usually a tanky guy up top lane. and that's been the European standard for like a year or so. They've been doing that for quite some time. And it took them up until recently, the North American players, to realize this was probably the slightly better composition. Now, some carries can take a solo lane. Corki is one of those examples of a guy who can actually just take solo top and just chill and be fine. And so you can actually see a couple of double carry lineups. We saw that actually in the North American qualifiers where Epik, they had Dyrus duoing bottom as Misfortune, but they also had Westrice as Corki on top. So you can see some of those double ups. But here we go. The game is up to the loading screen here. We can see AAA, their faces on screen right now, talking with themselves, getting themselves ready, looking at the summoner spells, the lineups, the skins, all that fun stuff. And they're going to be ready to go very soon. But yeah, the lineups, and I'm looking at the synergy here, and AAA has a great area of effect composition. They've got Amumu's ultimate, they've got Karthus dropping down a lot of area of effect with his ultimate, with the Fire, with Wall of Pain, Misfortune's ultimate, dropping tons of area of effect damage out there. And here we go, the game is actually live. We're going to see that the blue team, the green health bars, AAA, and we're going into the game right now. Everyone give a round of applause to these teams. Season 1 championships, first game, let's go guys! All right, and here we are into the game. We're going to be following Yellowstar on Road Warrior Misfortune. Going to just, talk about the skins real quick because I can. And he's actually leading the way across the map. Let's go ahead and turn on the shared fog of war. We are in full spectator mode right now. Got that ready for DreamHack. We have Yellowstar grouping up with the rest of the team, and you can see Epik is right there. They dropped the ward on this brush. So Epic's going to be, if we watch their review real quick, they're going to be able to see just what they want. So let's see, we follow one of them. You can see they don't really see AAA running around just yet. We drop that back out, and I've got to get used to this keyboard, I'm sorry. I'm going to be a little bit slow on the commands the first game or so. But Epik actually running around down the bottom of the map, and they're going to be invading into the enemy jungle, and over way at the top, AAA's scared. They're actually afraid of getting invaded. They're actually camping their front turret. They're I don't know if they've got a clairvoyance that spotted anyone, but Karthus will face check that brush a little bit. I mean, we're going to run in towards the front, and they're going to take their own golem right here. They're going to be pretty much safe. Epik doing a very good invasion, have taken over the red buff, and they're going to jump into this brush here. Minions going to spawn in 20 seconds, or the neutral monsters will spawn then. And looks like Epic's in better shape to sort of control this game right now. They're going to take some of these jungle mobs and start off with a pretty big bang.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I think we see a little bit less in Europe, the real aggression at the start. We've seen Epik push up amazingly aggressively actually from the start of this one, and they're still hung around there. We're going to see Dinh obviously playing Warwick, just going into those raids for the first bit of experience, and the more that Epik can take away from Against All Authority's jungle right now, the more it's going to help them a little bit later on.
Wow, and they're going for red too. They're pinging. They're going to take over the lizard buff right away. That has spawned. Of course, Amumu will go for the golem himself. They've been clairvoyant, so this is going to be a little bit dangerous, but they're going for this, and Warwick just taking out the damage. It's going to go to Westrice, and they're going to be laning against a red buff Vayne. That is not what you want to fight against if you're AAA right now. So they have a good chance because they do have this healer of Soraka, and they're coming on to Misfortune, and she doesn't know. Here they come. They're trying to get into range. Warwick going to jump around the side. There's the flash and the exhaust. He's going to flash across the wall, but Warwick is waiting for him. Can they get enough damage? Misfortune is running away as best she can, but catches the heal from Soraka. Dinh will make it out, and she's going to be okay, but already that is flash wasted, exhaust down as well, but I'll take an exhaust to waste a flash. That's really good for them right now. So that's a good open for Epik right here.
Yeah, and it was great positioning as well from Dinh to really expect that flash straight over the top. Obviously, he couldn't really do so much damage in there, but we could have something a little bit interesting about to kick off here at top. We've got Linak moving in there, and he will go in onto Dyrus. Dyrus could be in a little bit of trouble, and he will get himself out. Just use the health potion to get himself safely onto that tower. But as per, now, things fairly even in terms of the damage that's been done early on, but that early red buff from Epic's really going to set them apart, I think, in this early lane stage.
And he's coming back. I mean, he's coming back to gank, although the mini wave is huge, so it will push the turret very soon. And they're probably not quite durable enough to dive this turret yet, but Linak's still waiting around, and he's maybe going to coordinate this. I'm not quite sure. The aggression on bottom lane is pretty strong, but Soraka constantly tossing out heals. The giant stack of heal wards, or sorry, not heal wards, the vision wards, and here we go, they're actually diving onto Dyrus. This could be dangerous. Linak will pull the tower aggro. He's going to be okay. sOAZ staying on him, doing a ton of damage. There's the fling. Can he get out of range? Linak coming back in. Dyrus taking a lot of damage down to 200 health. Can they finish this one off? He's still safe inside the turret. Looks like AAA not ready to push back in, and Dyrus will stay alive just barely. There's a ton of minions here. He's going to last at them as best he can. Poison Drop doing a pretty good job of that, getting gold every time on most of these guys, and he's going to push that wave out pretty much safely. A ping comes out. Janna going to start roaming, and this could be some damage on a Karthus. Nope, Janna's going to pull back, going to look at the dragon, see that it's safe, and looks like the crises have been averted for now.
Yeah, and that's one of the great things about Singe. You know, you think, okay, we can get in there onto him, and he throws you behind. You've got the tower aggro on you, and you just have to run away or really risk yourself in that one. Obviously up at top, sOAZ really putting that pressure onto Dyrus, but he's keeping it fairly safe. Down at bottom, we've actually seen Vayne go home and pick up herself the extra healing pots and boots.
Yeah, looks like the same already happened to Jonna as well. She had already got dropped back and picked up boots and a ward. And if my math is serving me correctly, she did go back to get some item there. I don't think you can quite get all the items plus that missing slot on your initial buy, but maybe I just missed it. Salce playing very aggressively, pushing around MoMa right now. That's not going to work too well for him. Down the bottom lane, a lot of aggression. Kujaa down to half health, tosses the heal on himself. Only 60 points per heal though, so that's going to take him some time to get back up to full. Salce still trying to zone out MoMa. Has taken some damage though in that aggression, so I don't know if he's going to keep up with this very well. And you look at the last hits, and it's 19 on Salce. There's a 26 on MoMa, so quite the advantage there to the AAA, the one non-Frenchman on Against All Authority. And there's the aggressive ward, so Kujaa can now face check that brush with impunity and know that no one is there. It looks like Epik is being pushed back, and you look at the gold up top, and actually AAA is ahead by about 300 gold so far globally on the team, so they're getting some slight advantages for themselves, just ever so slightly in the advantage in this game.
Yeah, the minion kills down at bottom, roughly 6-7 in favour of Yellowstar on his misfortune. Obviously, we did see that red buff being picked up by Westrice very early on in the game. Again, up at top, we're seeing Dyrus taking lots of pressure from sOAZ, who managed to avoid any aggro from the tower, and he's actually going to dive in. We could be seeing first blood. Dyrus flings him behind, sOAZ getting the ignite onto him, and, well, he took a lot of tower damage as well, and, well, Singed holding out nicely.
That was perfect from Dyrus. That was super perfect. That was a great play right there. He flung him back into tower range, forced out by flash, or forced him to flash out. So we should be good to go. Looks like a gank is coming in from mid, from a MoMa onto Salce. Salce taking a bit of damage, but staying alive so far. There comes Flash and a great late race. This could be a kill if he has the mana for it. He does not yet, though. He's only at 150. Can he blue pill in time? And there's the channel. Salce, I'm sorry, man. GG. Salce goes down. First blood to Against All Authority. Beautiful job by MoMa. Great play there. MoMa coming in from the back, doing tons of damage. Still only level 3. That's impressive. He's been ganking constantly, because you see Warwick over here up to 4 and some change. So the jungler is, faster than Dinh, but oh, there's a ton of damage on Yellowstar. Gets toyed up with the tornado as well. This could actually be a kill, but if Flash is used, and can he get the one more hit? There's a silence. Can he jump in for it? Yes, he will get it. He will flash out, but a Mimbo is coming with a bandage toss, and he lands it. Westrice, can he make it out? He's trying to get away from despair. He's just barely out of range, and Linak is out of mana, and he's going to push him back. Westrice is going to live. Oh, man.
Absolutely amazing there from Westrice to keep himself alive in that situation. And actually both of them from Epik on that bottom lane will be going back. We've got a bit of pressure up at top here as well, with Dyrus already down onto that tower. So I was having to back away just that little bit. No minions to give him that extra protection. And what did Vayne buy as she went back? Second Doran's Blade.
Second Doran's Blade, 3 health potions, has a 3 health potions and a ward as well. So we've got that defensive ward in case she needs to escape back into into getting health. Jonna is a great support champion, great crowd control, but cannot heal. So if you take damage, aside from Doran's Blades, you got to get health potions and base regen. So that is a point to realize. Looks like Vayne will continue kind of jumping back and forth. Of course, they have that ward right there. So the thing is, they're going to get spotty. Look at this, and yeah. AAA can see them. They can see Jonna play aggressively, so they know Jonna is right there. She'll drop a ward down. They probably expect that as well. Looks like they're going to be safe for now. AAA back to their turret. Yellowstar, of course, 0-1. A little bit unfortunate there. But this Karth is super farm. 61 minions. Highest in the game by a lot, actually. 38. Wow. Significant minion kill advantage there by MoMa. Tons and tons of gold on him. He's really carrying the flag there. 900 gold now by the up on the team. 9.3 to 8.4. So they're getting farther and farther ahead in gold Against All Authority, doing that pretty well. But that fire back from AAA was great. Vayne is really the one you want gold on. She scales probably the hardest of any of the champions in this game. Karthus can be a nightmare to deal with. Of course, he does scale, deal a ton of magic damage, force the team to fight magic resist. But Vayne really gets crazy as the game goes on. So she's the one you want to see farm. But here comes Linak coming in to push under Dyrus, but he's going to get back and be okay with Insanity Potion.
Yeah, and obviously doing the usual Singe of just literally running circles around his opponent, and obviously sOAZ taking damage all the time. Linak came in there, but Dyrus just backing away from things ever so slightly, and even got the cheek to just face check that brush there and see if Linak was still hanging around. And Dyrus needs to be a little bit careful. I think he will actually fling sOAZ down behind him, but Dinh is going to come in. Oh, and sOAZ is in a lot of trouble. Linak will move himself in. There's an ignite onto sOAZ, who surely is going to go down in this one. No, not quite. Manages to survive. Now it's Dyrus that could be in a little bit of trouble, and here comes the ultimate from MoMa. Dyrus will survive with just 50 HP. Dinh is now the one in trouble. Linak trying to get in there. He's going to go down to the tower. Oh no! Oh my god!
I can't help but laugh at that. I'm sorry. That's. Oh man, the wish came in from Soraka earlier, helped keep Aurelia alive. A little bit too aggressive from Linak, a little bit too sure of himself, I guess. I'm sorry, I'm just grinning right now because the Americans are winning, and I'm sorry, the fanboyism is going to happen. I apologize. At least I can be. At least Joe is here to keep me in check.
Yeah, an Englishman rooting for the French full half most French team in the tournament. Yeah, it's not usual, but you know, Europe we got to go through with it.
Okay, but obviously, I mean, both teams exceptional players. I'm super excited to be here. I will cheer slightly more when Epik does well, but the battles are great. It was just a funny fight in the first place. Singed is the ultimate troll champion, and it got shown right there. I'm sorry, but that's Singed for you. He does stupid things all the time. So the bottom lane is still playing pretty aggressively. The wards, actually just constant wards from AAA. They put them back down to this brush right here. So they're really all about controlling the brush here. The thing is, this is a very defensive lane with Soraka. She's not as aggressive as someone like Janna, who can drop down 2 crack controls and give bonus damage to the teammate. So it's really about Yellowstar farming this lane, and it's just impressive that Epic's actually been able to push through that a couple of times and actually deal damage here. Looks like Warwick coming around the side, dropped a pink ward, so they know that they don't see Dragon. And he could go for a Dragon if he wanted to. Looks like he's going to play safe for now. Looks like MoMa has retreated back out for a little bit. And yeah, Dinh, I guess he's trying to wait and see if they're going to play aggressively against that. And I think he might have seen a MoMa. MoMa waiting in the wings, trying to see if he can play aggressively. Looks like Epik knows that he's playing aggressively, and they're going to just stay far, far, far back. And yeah, they're going to be okay for now. Westrice still last hitting. He's got himself 63 minion kills versus the 82 of Misfortune. All right. Still, the minion kills in the advantage for Against All Authority. The gold advantage not very large, though, because that extra kill right there. So the teams are very, very closely stacked. And, ooh, nice fling there from Dyrus. Going to push sOAZ back and forth. He has a free golem buff thanks to that Amumu kill. He's going to be constantly running around, doing a pretty good job for himself. Mid lane is still all about MoMa. He's got a Catalyst in boots. He's just constantly pushing himself through. And actually, the bottom lane is now empty. Against All Authority have both pushed back since they managed to shove that lane down. And let's see, Westrice going to keep last hitting here against this turret, getting himself a lot of gold. You can see every single one. He's waiting patiently at the turret, going to even get that last one right there with almost no health left. He managed to hit every single one at the turret. That's great play by him. Just very good coordination there.
Yeah, we see actually Yellowstar, who's just gone back there, BF sword in hand. Obviously, the double Doran's blade as well in action. We could maybe see something going down at the bottom. No, Linak was having a sniff around, but they couldn't quite figure out exactly what they were to do there. We saw a bit of roaming going on from Dyrus as well. Left his lane and headed down towards middle. And sOAZ, yeah, just watching out for that one. I think he was a little bit wary as to why his lane was completely empty the entire time, but it was all pretty much safe. Yeah. And we see Dyrus just cleaning up this minion line, and sOAZ, I think, a little bit worried about it.
Yeah, this is pretty good, though. AAA did put a ward down about 20 seconds ago, and Janna just cleared that. And there's the clairvoyance. So AAA does know that Epik was going for Dragon. They're going to pull back, not play too aggressively there. Looks like they're just very afraid of that gank. One cool thing that Against All Authority has is that this Aurelia is running Summoner Teleport. So if a battle starts anywhere on this side of the map, they have wards. They have a ward here. They have a ward there, they have a ward here. They have minions in both middle and bottom lane. And so Aurelia can come in to help in any team fight and make it turn a 4v4 into a 5v4. Dyrus does not have that for a summoner. He's Ghost and Ignite, so you can play more aggressively in a 1v1 and win those lanes. And you can see that really did help them earlier on when they killed Amumu. He ignited and pushed back Aurelia, and they've managed to pick up everything else on Amumu and get that buff. But he cannot show up across the map into those fights. So Dyrus is going to be sequestered onto that corner for a lot longer than Aurelia will. And so AAA has the big advantage of forcing more fights than Epik can.
Oh, what a move.
There's the teleport. Amazing. That was glorious. Dinh not in good shape. Instant kill pickup. The Amumu ultimate is not enough as Vayne gets out of the way, but yep, teleports onto a ward. Oh, it's like I saw that coming. It was great. There's the beautiful gank by AAA, bringing that back to 2-2. Up 1,200 gold now on the team. Yellowstar pulling that back. Westrice knows he drops the ward down. They know it's going down, but they can't really stop that very much. They don't have Warwick around to smite that. MoMa staying nearby. Looks like Salce will not come to help. Dyrus will keep pushing top lane, so they're going to get a couple extra minion kills out of that, but it's almost 1,000 gold gain for that dragon kill. 16.7k to 15.1. They're up 1,500 gold now. And yep, there we go. This is what Singe does. He runs past the minion line, finds new minions to kill, and poison trails them, but Karthus and Aurelia are coming to join the show, so be a little bit careful there, Singe. You're going to have some friends pretty soon. So running away as best he can, gets that dodge proc right there, running super fast thanks to nimbleness. And yeah, he's going to move on down. Those minions are dead, and the lane will push once more, but MoMa is there to defend them. Has the needlessly large rise. He's going to be nice and farmed right there. That's just happy for him.
We have sOAZ just taking the place of MoMa in the middle for the moment. And it won't have any trouble in there dealing with all that one. We could maybe see Epik. Yeah, Westrice is actually going to head back himself as Janna starts to head up towards middle. And we're going to see Karthus coming back down towards mid as well. So maybe a little bit of action about to kick off around there. We've got Dinh, who obviously continuing his jungle pattern, just did Wraith, is now onto the Lizard buff. And Misfortune, who, did she go back again? No, actually not. And Vayne decided to stay in lane as well. Does have BF sword now.
Yeah, so she's in pretty good shape. We see Vayne pushing back to the base, has BF sword, 2 Doran's Blades, going to probably pick up some items for herself, wants to go ahead and keep relevant. Yep, picks up Berserker's Greaves, more health potions, and a ward. It's going to be a little bit of a threat to deal with now. That attack speed going to work well for her base damage and for that Silver Bolts, that W, that passive there. So she'll be quite the threat to deal with. But we look over at Misfortune. Misfortune actually less items, has the BF sword as well, has the 2 Doran's Blade, but only regular boots of speed so far. Look at the minion kills, 110 on Vayne, 125 on Misfortune, but that kill from Vayne, actually Misfortune did get a kill as well. She did get the credit for that kill on a Singe, so actually Misfortune should be more farmed in the end. So when she goes back to base, she'll have some nice items. The mid lanes are back. Salce fighting against MoMa in the mid. Aurelia and Singe squaring off. Singe constantly pushing that lane, but sOAZ should be able to really last hit this lane quite competently. You can see one of those going down, 25 gold a pop, pushing Dyrus around a little bit, but doing a really good job with his gold. I think I heard the slash laugh right there. He's spamming emotes in a tournament game. That's one thing I like about Dyrus. He's quite the character. Doesn't get excited too much. He gets into a giant team fight. But here comes Linak. Oh, and the flash from Annie will be safe. But Dyrus, and we're talking about Dyrus because I never talk about what's actually going on the screen ever. Dyrus has about one tone to his voice and keeps it forever, no matter what's going on. And indeed does does spam /L throughout games. Definitely a fun character to be around.
And we're going to see Dyrus actually work his way down towards mid. Okay, so not quite moving in there maybe for a push onto Karthus. We're getting pings down. Okay, so we see the Oracle actually on Janna, who is just making a move in. We actually see the flash over from Dinh. They're going to put pressure onto Kujaa, and I'm not sure they're going to be able to catch up as Westrice trying to move in there, does get the exhaust on and has to escape himself out. Knock down Kujaa to below half health, but yeah, you know, it's not going to make so much of a difference to Soraka.
A little bit of miscoordination there. You can see that John actually did pull back for a second, right as Dan was like, no, let's go for the infinite duress, and then just a little bit out of range. Did not get the chain crowd controls off in time, and she got back to turret range, self-healed up quite nicely. And Vayne wasn't quite ready to go for that one, so that did not work out quite as well as they had hoped. Dyrus looks like he's going for a fast Rod of Ages, has the Catalyst already and a Blasting Wand. When he gets enough gold, he'll pick that one up, get some nice ability power on himself, and he's going to be a little bit more threatening as the game goes on. Looks like Salce and Dan pushing through. Actually, sorry, it's Salce. Actually, one of the things I love about League of Legends, by the way, in LAN tournaments in general, is other people waiting in brush like they're Garen, and Westrice definitely going to probably die for this. Here it comes. Oh man, here it goes, and he's been caught. There's MoMa and everyone else, and Westrice is dead.
Rather quick nukes there. You're not going to really come out on top of that one when you've got Karthus and Misfortune focusing you. And this bottom lane tower is going to go very, very easily. They've got actually Linak down on the middle turret, who should be able to hold that off. He's actually just going into the jungle, not worried about it whatsoever by the looks of things. And Dan, yeah, we could actually see Singe and Amumu meeting up here. Dyrus against Linak, and obviously Dyrus has a massive level advantage over him. We'll put the slow in there, and he won't quite be able to get away. Actually, the ulti from Amumu was popped. sOAZ is going to go down, and middle tower is being pushed as well by Dinh. Not sure if they're going to be able to finish this off before those minions actually are killed by the tower, though.
Yeah, they're going to back off right now. 2 more shots to the turret's gone. Salce going to come in there and take 1 more hit. So before he's interrupted by AAA ganking, how rude of them. I was telling a quick story. So Salce's dad is here. And one of the things I love about League of Legends is that the camaraderie between players and family members and all that. So family members of course coming out to support them, but also CLG they're not in this game right now, but CLG they're in Group B out of their own pockets paid for their 6th to come here. Right, the teams are allowed to field 5 players and they're fielding their starting 5. Everyone made it, but they're like, hey, Kobe 24, you're not starting, but you're our friend, and honestly, like we're gonna win some money at this tournament regardless. Like, let's bring you to Sweden. Like, you helped us get here. You deserve this trip as much as any of us. And they paid out of their own pockets to bring their teammates here. Fnatic the same, brought their 6th. This actually was a convenient story because actually one of their players missed their flight. So without him, they actually would have been fielding 4. So that was extremely convenient for them to have brought their 5th. But also, Salce's dad came over and said, hey, he wants to give a shout out to his brother Vince. So there you go to the people out here. Shout out to you, man, for supporting your brother and all that. And I just love the camaraderie here. We actually have some of the biggest fans here as well. I met a guy who made his own League of Legends shirt, has made a League of Legends Katarina coffee mug. His friends made him a framed picture of Katarina for his birthday. Like, this guy is super awesome. We took pictures with him. It's great seeing people who care so much about the game, not only play the game, but spend their time just being involved with it and liking it. And that's a huge honor to be here with people like that who care that much. It's really humbling.
Yeah, it's a great thing to see, and obviously there are lots of people here at DreamHack, so hopefully we see a few more of those fans. We could see a bit of action going off here in the middle. MoMa's going to be in trouble. Double flash who's in there, and MoMa is going to be nuked down very, very quickly there, not really having any issues. And to be honest, we're not going to see Against All Authority get anywhere near it. Obviously the ulti was popped, but most of them were full health anyway, and they're going to go in. Epik going to take this 2nd dragon.
Yeah, and it's a little bit weird that he kind of did that, because so it was greatly timed by Epik because they came as 5 to gank a player, which made it a 5v4 for dragon. That's thinking 2 steps ahead. I mean, ganks are good, killing dragon's good, but ganks that you can't get stopped while killing dragon, that's just great play, right? It makes so much sense logically, but to coordinate that and get that ready, great play with these guys. Pretty wonderful stuff. They've come in, they've taken that one down for themselves. They've pulled the dragons back to 1-1. They're still down 2,000 gold, but at this point, when the teams have 20-something thousand, not a huge problem. They did pick down that Karthus. Looks like Yellowstar going to have a lizard buff for himself. And he's not going to start that right now, actually, because Epik is actually pushing bottom lane. Now, Doublelift is quite low, and it's going to not have that ability to heal himself, so it's going to be a little bit dangerous. But Salce off in the wings, waiting off outside of ward range, now going to come in and look for a gank. And they're actually not going to push. Oh, they are. They're going to come through the brush right now. Looks like there are no wards, so this could be quite scary for AAA. They're going to come through the backside. Yellowstar and Kujaa none the wiser. Here comes Bane, knocks him into a wall, and here comes Salce. Gets silenced by Soraka. Beautiful play there. Westrice taking a ton of damage. Dyrus gets a turret, but here comes the damage out. But Salce bursting down on Yellowstar. Can he get the kill? Yes. Doublelift super low. They're going to be okay. And here comes more damage in, and yes, that will be a kill. Dinh taking the rest of that turret. 2 kills for nothing. Great job there, but Dyrus getting chased by Yellowstar. Can he make it out? No, he cannot. 2 crits in a row. sOAZ doing a wonderful job there. Linak coming to lend the hand, but it's 2 turret kills in a row. They got the top one with Dyrus. They got the bottom one here. Picked up 2 kills out of the team. Gold is right back equal. 5 kills to 4, but ooh, here comes Salce losing a fight to MoMa, flashing away, but more damage, and the lay waste comes out. MoMa picking up that kill. Great play by him.
Yeah, Salce's move there was a little bit risky in my opinion. It was probably just trying to finish off that middle lane. Maybe they can push from both sides, but in my opinion, very, very risky, and obviously kind of showed in the fact that he died as well with that one. We're going to see Westrice actually taking the blue pill back home, as we have seen Yellowstar come back into lane. Does has already built his Infinity Edge, and also Azeel coming out as well there.
And MoMa actually came by while that was happening and stole the red. It was interesting because so MoMa went by and stole red, so that's just gone. But while the 2 members of Epik were down here, you actually saw AAA ping that and was like, hey, they're at Lizard, stop them, quick, they're at Lizard. And so they actually backed off and didn't do anything because they knew they'd get spotted. But MoMa did that perfectly and was like, yeah, I got your buff, what about it? And he's got Death Cap, he's going for, might be Rod of Ages, might be Void Staff. Could be Riley's, a couple of different things that build from that Blasting Wand. I'm guessing Void Staff, but we'll have to see as this builds out. But he's certainly in great shape right now. Still got tons of health with the Catalyst, 1900 HP, 330 ability power. We compare that to Salce, and he's at 297. That's actually pretty close as well. Double Doran's Ring giving him a nice amount of AP there. But the Doran's Ring not giving him quite as much health though, so he's only at 1690 HP, so he's not quite as beefy there. Look at the top lane. Whoops, I just clicked Salce again. Dyrus running around back from top lane, and here's a kind of a staging area from AAA. I'm not quite sure what they're going for. Let's follow Soraka around. She's got the Oracle. Is going to meet up with MoMa and sOAZ. And now Yellowstar cannot teleport. He doesn't have Summoner TP, so he's going to be alone, and it's going to make it a 5v4 if Epik manages to engage. But they look pretty safe for now, so I guess they'll be all right. Kujaa is still roaming around, trying to find something to do. Going to, I guess, all the way towards bottom lane, maybe. Everyone's sort of at the top half of the map, so I'm not quite sure what's going to happen. Everyone's going for positioning. Looks like that's going to be a kill on that ward. Doublelift with the Oracles, staying alive, doing pretty well. You can see at the bottom, the support has not died still. So that Oracles has been on the entire game. Kujaa right there with the Oracles, going to pick down that ward. 25 free gold for him. That's kind of nice. Helping to pay for that Oracles one ward at a time. And yeah, the turret's getting assailed by some minions. It's going to be okay. Dyrus will pill back. Has Riley, so it was not Rod of Ages, but Riley's Crystal Scepter that was picked up. And that's going to let that Poison Trail slow. It's going to let, actually, really just Poison Trail slow. It'll let Fling actually do a slow as well when he flings someone around. So he'll jump over his shoulder and then not be able to move so well for the first few seconds. And
on top of his slow.
On top, oh yeah, on top of the Singed Q, the Mega Adhesive, just he's really going to crowd control some people. So against all authority, 5 strong though. Amumu's waiting in the wings to the left, ready to push onto this turret, but Epic's ready for him, so they're going to actually just push back, not get a lot done just yet. And ooh, the pings are off. They know where Doublelift is. Looks like a Clairvoyance might have spotted him. Doublelift going to still run away. We see AAA right below. If he cuts to the jungle, he'll get caught. Linak might jump through with a bandage toss. He spots him. Not going to go for it. Going to stay safe in that jungle, but they have jungle control right now. And uh-oh, Dyrus might find a guy. Ooh, this is going to be pretty contentious right now. Going to go back to mid, farm out some of these minions. This is going to be pretty close though. Let's go ahead and find the Fog of War. So AAA, look at the ward control. They've got most of the jungle spotted. They kind of see some of that. Look over at the other side. They've got a little bit of ward control as well. They do see AAA running around the back-end side. Now they don't anymore. So there you kind of see the amount of visibility that both teams have. And here we go. Dyrus going to get spotted. sOAZ in the front. There's the Mumu Bandage Toss. Dyrus could get picked up, running around as fast as he can. Looks like he will not quite die just yet. He will be safe, but a lot of flashes got used. Oh no, Dyrus, what are you doing? You're jumping back into the fight. You've got to be careful, man. sOAZ in the front, getting pushed back in the tower. Beautiful play by Epik.
Amazing.
Gonna pick up sOAZ. No, Dyrus though, pretty low as well. Gonna blue pill back to base. And here comes more of the fight. And Linak so incredibly low. They can't quite pick that one up. They're gonna keep pushing through though. Can they get the rest of this? MoMa putting down the drop. Oh, that was a lot of damage. There comes one kill. Salce back on to Soraka. 2 more picks up, and here comes the Karthus drop, and it's gonna be no one gonna die. Oh, Amumu's back in, picks one up, gets dropped by Vayne. Looks like only one left. Misfortune running for her life, has strut on, those hearts flowing out of her waist. Gonna be okay, but it's 4 with like no health. Look at this. You can't even see the health bars for half of them.
Yeah.
Dyrus is making his way back in, still spamming /laugh. Oh, Dyrus. Oh, Dyrus. I don't know why I'm fanboying so hard over Dyrus, but I just can't help but laugh at the /laugh every 5 seconds.
Since you took Singed, right?
Yeah.
For the start.
Trolling everyone. Nice! This man yelled Demacia at the top of his lungs. So, downtime, crowd interaction, guys. Can I get a Demacia yell from everyone here on the count of 3, please? 1, 2, 3. Demacia! Nice.
Awesome.
And now ESL's going to yell at me for taking the mic off and having it positioned poorly again. Hopefully this sounds okay to the stream. But
it was worth it in my opinion.
It was worth it. I'll say it in chat, but it won't go through. Hubs can't chat. So whatever. Sorry, spectators can't chat. That's the name of it. Stealing, on blue. So Epik coming in onto the Golem buff right there. That's going to go to Westrice. All right. Westrice going to have really, really low cooldowns. Doesn't really need the mana, but they're going for Baron. Ooh, and look at that. AAA is so far away. They're going to get Baron. Okay, I'm fanboying again, but they're going to go for Baron. Look at the vision. They know about it, and they're on the other side of the map.
Too slow.
Ooh, this is going to be close. Will they get it in time? Put up the menu. That's good. Epik picks up Baron. Will it play? Whoa, they're going to catch sOAZ. Here comes the push. They've caught him, and there comes the damage up. No, Jana, what are you doing? You saved him. Doublelift. What are you doing, man? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I mean, they got Baron, right? That's still good. But
sOAZ, I think, can't quite believe that one.
on behalf of North America, I facepalm. There's a thread right now on the forums. Doublelift, what are you doing? All right, and the Golem coming up again, so Dan Dinh picking up that one up for himself. So both Golems been taken by Epik Gaming. Looks like Singe going to start on the Lizard buff. Probably going to give that one to Vayne. She's probably the best case for a Lizard buff, but I mean, maybe you'll just take it on Singe and slow on 5 of your abilities, auto attack included. that might work well as well. That might work well as well. It's like saying against all authority. I'm really good at these.
Against all authority is a mouthful, though.
It is, it is.
AAA works a lot easier.
AAA does work well. We got a AAA match for you guys. That's shameless. So it looks like Lizard will, in fact, well, no, she's got Lizard buff, so yeah, that one did get donated. Keeping the turret alive. The golds, though, even though they got the kill advantage, Against All Authority is so much better at last hitting, it seems. They're still ahead in gold, ever so slightly. They're down a Baron, up a Dragon, granted, sure. I mean, they got that one extra turret kill, but really this is time for Epik to really push through. They've all gotten to push back and gain some items. Salce's got to be just rocking a ton of ability power. 350, that's not too bad, actually, but MoMa, 379, and there's that Void Staff, so I guess correctly, yes. And they're pushing through into the jungle now. Towards that river. They've got spotted by a ward. They kind of, they drop that clairvoyance down. Doublelift gets spotted. They're going to be okay. But they're 5 men strong, and they just have to be ready for Epik to push. Because if they're ever 4v5, they'll just lose the fight immediately. Epik has really good initiation. That Annie, Tibber stun. They have Warwick and Singe that can both dive behind the lines and do tons of damage. And the fight's going to start pretty soon. And they're going to push through it. I don't think they're going to get pushed back, so I think they're going to go for this and go for this turret. They have the range advantage. Yeah. We're going to jump around the back, actually, and they might get a nice flank here. Here we go. Can they get the push on? Warwick's still down in the jungle, though. They're not playing too aggressively just yet, but Warwick does know. If anyone face checks the brush, it'll be a kill. And Linak wants to face check a brush. Ooh. Pretend there's a Garen on the other team. Don't do it, man. Do we even have Demacian champions on the other team right now? And another laugh from Singe, that's good. No team Demacia. A lot of Zana, actually. Anyway, yes, lore aside, AAA keeping their turret alive, sOAZ doing a ton of damage here. He's got the Trinity Force, going for, this could be an Aegis, actually. Those don't work together otherwise as items, the Ruby Crystal and the Null Magic Mantle. And they're going to push down towards bottom lane, and they know they're getting pinged a little bit. They're actually pinging to sort of keep in the brush. Another Demacia yell, awesome, thank you guys. Every time that comes out, I'm going to have to, talk about it. And Epic's going to get this turret right here pretty much for free. AAA is very far away. This is going to bring the turret score to 3-3 right there, 3 kills apiece, bringing the gold back to their advantage, now up to 600 gold, and the wall's going to keep them zoned out a little bit. They've got good AoE slow from Misfortune as well. Oh, they're back to mid. They've got the minions there. There comes Dyrus running around. Trollolo going to jump in, take that turret, 2 more hits to go. And that's going to be another turret kill, so 4-3 now, and they're up a nice, pretty 1,000 gold right there. Going to push on through. And they're going to just look very good in this push. They've killed all 3 outer turrets now and one of the secondaries. And they're in really good shape to keep this game alive. They've got another minute or so on that Baron buff. Baron will respawn 3 minutes after it drops, so keep track. When you see those purple orbs fly away, in 3 minutes Baron will respawn. About a minute before that Dragon will respawn. Those were kind of concurrent kills. And we see Epik just walking back into their jungle, or actually the enemy jungle, and they're going to be safe for now. They need to find an opening to do something with this, otherwise they'll start falling behind again in last hits. And we'll see what they can do with this. They're waiting in the brush. Doublelift not actually in the brush, though. They're trying to find somewhere. They have a lot of pings. They kind of know where people are transitioning. They know where this is happening. AAA is refusing to move around through the brush. Epik putting on a show, though, right now. And, they're coming in from behind. They're going to jump on a summon. Baron is gone, so in 3 minutes, at about 32:15, it'll or 35:15, it'll respawn. They did get caught, though, so they won't get that push in quite yet. But Salce up in front is going to get spotted. There's the Amumu bandage toss. Salce, not a great shape, but he caught Linak, and Linak in the front, taking a ton of damage. Look at that damage output. Dandin will go down, but they're going to kill the Amumu. And here comes the fight. MoMa in front. Westrice taking some damage. Yellowstar pushing him around. Salce not in great shape. There's the exhaust, and the Timbers drop has killed Yellowstar. Only still 1 dead, but no, Westrice will go down to sOAZ. There's a flash from Kujaa, getting caught by Doublelift. Can he pick up the kill? Yes, just barely. Now Salce fighting sOAZ. Salce will drop. A beautiful tornado saved his life. He was crushing across the wall. There's the. Oh no! Are you serious? MoMa was channeling the ultimate, and Dyrus killed him before he could kill. You're kidding me. Dyrus just saved Doublelift by stopping him from channeling the ultimate. That's glorious right there.
Yeah, it was really great play from Dyrus, actually. The slow wall came down from MoMa, but then Dyrus dropped his slowing glue as well. So they were kind of both running at snail's pace, and of course the cooldown came back on Fling, and Dyrus managed to catch him out just in time.
That was definitely pretty glorious. That was like, and John is going to go, no, he's not dead, what? And then that happened, so that was pretty glorious. Good job there by Dyrus. And still the kills are actually just slowly stacking in the favor of Epik. They won that fight 5-3, or 4-3, and my voice cracks as well. Just barely, apparently 5 is a puberty trigger. So anyway, they're going to be fine. They managed to win that fight. Dandin still clearing out the jungle, is level 14. Compare that to a MoMa, who is not quite as well. Okay, so Linak doing some more fighting right here. Going to pick out some of these mini golems. Unfortunately, made them tether right there. Going to be fine. So still killing some of these wolves. Level 18 though, so sOAZ really doing a great job here. Look at the bottom, look at the kill scores. 4-1 on sOAZ, doing a good job there. Pretty much the most positive on his team, but 4-1 on Dyrus as well. So both teams, Irelia and Singed, really carrying the teams right now. It's kind of interesting though, you know, 4 kills on Annie, 4 kills on Vayne, but it's the Singed that's not dying. And yep, they're on to Dragon right now. So Epik doing a good job. They're picking up another objective for themselves, and in about 1 minute, we're gonna have Baron respawn as well. A minute and a half maybe.
And we see the Oracle being picked up by Kujaa, and that's something that they really need at this point, because the ward coverage from Epik really has been, you know, great, amazing so far. And we see there Kujaa just starting to spread some wards of his own. He's going to clear that one out. Blue buff is up, and as you can see, Dyrus has started to move in there, dropped a ward in, and we could see something kicking off maybe around by this Golem buff. Against All Authority are looking like they're going to go in there and take it pretty simply. I think Epik aren't going to challenge that one. They only have 2 guys around there anyway.
Yep.
But they are stacking up. Obviously, Baron is going to come up, well, right now. And maybe they're going to go for this one. Obviously, those forward wards were put in there.
Yep, they've cleared the wards pretty well. The Clairvoyance does reveal. Their ward, of course, does go down, as Kujaa, the Soraka, does have an Oracle's Elixir, but they have decent vision to this, and they're kind of baiting around. Janna staying very far back, does not want to get bursted down by that Irelia, which is very smart of her to stay in a safe location. But they're about to butt heads. The wards are down again. They've seen each other, and here comes the fight. Linak in the front, and here we go. The battle will commence. Almost. Dyrus taking some damage. There are more, and there we go. Dyrus in the front. Who's going to find? He's looking like he's going to run around for MoMa right away, and the Dinh is going to come in there. Going to try to find Yellowstar. Yellowstar down to how Salce in bad shape as well. MoMa getting pushed back by John on Doublelift, healing up the team. Linak taking a lot of damage, but Westrice will get the first kill. Kujaa is down. Westrice doing more damage. Yellowstar will go down. Westrice is safe. Dyrus trolling around. Going to do some nice damage. Looks like, yep, there's a kill in there. Lots of damage thanks to that Karthus. sOAZ will drop as well. A lot of deaths going down. Looks like 2 still alive. Only a MoMa left, and here comes Dyrus. And Dinh chasing down. 1 kill to go. Has gotten flung, and here we go. More damage coming in. He's going to chase down. Linak will not land a bandage toss. Will not get a stun. Dyrus got to be a little bit careful. Linak has a lot of mana to keep himself alive. If he lands a bandage toss, he could kill Dyrus. Nope. A great goo right there. Linak still taking damage. Dan doing what he can. Not doing a lot of damage to this tank. Can he pick it up? There's a stun. Linak not dying. There we go. Picks it up there. Dinh getting that 5th kill right there. Another win. Well, team fight win. The game's not over, obviously, but Epik picking up another fight right there. 18-16 is the kill score. Great job by them. You can look back down to the bottom. The minion kills are massive. 200, 200, 200, 200, almost 200, 200. So minion kills a little bit better for AAA still. They have this slightly better mechanics, but these team fights more and more for Epik. And so did you expect this kind of good play? We talked yesterday, and you thought AAA was the favorites for this tournament. A lot of people did as well.
Yeah.
So are you surprised?
Not really surprised. I mean, Epik, as you mentioned before we started, have been a great, without trying to make it sound too harsh, a great silver medal team so far. And obviously they're coming into this one. This is where the biggest amount of prize money that's ever been available is to be won. Of course, $100,000 over the top 3 places. So I think they come into this one really, really motivated. And it doesn't really surprise me to see that, you know, against All Authority maybe having a few problems, let's be honest. Second team from North America, first team from Europe. I'm not sure that there's that much of a difference between the 2 teams, to be honest.
True.
I think on any team in this tournament's given day, they can probably all beat each other.
Yeah, it's absolutely true. And I didn't want to sound like you Vlad, bro, and US is winning. I'm sorry if I came up that way. I really don't want to. Oh man, I'm gonna get flamed.
I didn't take it that way.
Okay, I appreciate that. Okay, okay. Anyway, I'm new to this. Wonderful game so far, of course. The teams still have to keep it up, right? They still have to keep that consistency going. There's still 2 more games for each team to go through. Certainly, only the last place team in each group is going to be eliminated, so everyone has a chance to go through. You know, even if AAA loses here, of course, they won against Fnatic last time they met in the European qualifiers. Actually, I'm not sure they met. I forget which side of the bracket game it was on, but certainly AAA basically won without losing a map at the European qualifiers. So they're going to be in good shape against Fnatic. You know, I will actually assume that AAA will move on into the bracket play, and you know they may play Fnatic then, and or you know Gamed and CLG and TSM and all the other teams. You know, I think these are still a very, very strong teams that have a great chance to keep going through this tournament. But I'm super happy to see Epik do so well right now. You know, that slight little bit of American fanboy is showing, and it's a good match so far, and I'm happy they're doing well, really proving themselves, proving North American play is just as strong as European play, and more matches to come out throughout the day. And they're pushing through. They've still not picked up Baron, but looks like Dyrus is ready to go for this one. He's getting ready to kind of push on. A lot of Banshees though are going to really prevent that fling initiate, but they're getting ready to play aggressively still. And there we go, Linak in front, going to take some damage, and the fight's going to start.
Yeah, and we saw the damage coming into Linak, but maybe they'll change the focus here. Actually, we've seen Kujaa in a very aggressive position there, and Dyrus is just still running around, poison all over the place. sOAZ will actually flash out of that fight, so let's go back in there. MoMa's actually very, very low. Nice slow wall put down, and that will really slow them in. Actually, Salce will get the front. Oh, actually, it was Westrice who got the kill in the end, and then we see the ultimate pop. I don't think it's going to take anyone. So Salce going down fairly low, but Epik are starting to move their way over to Baron. Obviously the kill that they got in there really helping them out. It was obviously onto the tank as well, onto Linak, but against Authority, they're not going to give up on this Baron, so yeah, they're going to keep putting some pressure in there.
Yeah, so they're in really good shape here. 2,500 health left on Baron. Looks like AAA will not get into range in time. Let's watch the Baron fall real quick, and the battle will start. Here we go. And looks like the death is done on MoMa, and there goes Misfortune as well. And Kujaa about to fall. Dan did do a wonderful job, and looks like almost no one left alive for AAA. sOAZ goes down. That is the ace, no death with Baron buff. This could be the time for Epik to push through into the base. 600 damage crits coming out from Vayne, and they're just jumping past minions. They don't care. They're going for this. They really think they have the chance. MoMa will be back alive pretty soon. He was the first to fall, or the last to fall, as the case may be, and they're pushing through. That turret is gone, and now on the next one, they're onto the inhibitor turret. When the inhibitor falls, your minion waves will start spawning super minions, which are crazy good at fighting champions and buildings. They take less damage from turrets. The turret is down. There are 20 seconds till any of the respawns are really back right now. MoMa cannot fight this by himself, nor can Soraka, and they've got the inhibitor, and they're moving to bottom lane. No, they're going to back off. They're going to play it safe. They're going to back. They're going to heal. They're going to take these buffs. They know that Golem is up. They know that Lizard is up. The Clairvoyance comes down. They know they should be safe, but they're probably going to be okay for this right now. Still no one has revived, but finally Soraka is back. Karth is back in 1 second. Yeah, but there is the kill on the Lizard, and they're going to be okay there. And Rourke's going to take Golem for himself, and Epik came out of that beautifully. 23-12 now the score. And they've got Baron, they've got buffs. They're in great shape. And
Dragon as well. Yeah.
Wow.
And I like it from Epik. They could have pushed that bottom lane there, probably, if we're honest, taken that tower out as well. But you know, at this stage of the tournament, first game for both teams, I think Epik want to play that a little bit safe, want to use the position that they're in right now and just do it safely rather than maybe risking all, and for it to go badly for them would be a real shame at this stage. So now Epik 23-12 ahead in terms of kills. They've got a good 8k extra in gold as well, so they're looking very, very healthy to be taking this one. And against All Authority, probably wondering now, how do we hold this one off? How do we, force that one fight in a good position where we can maybe come back into this game?
Yeah, here we go. Another Golem getting picked up. Looks like the Lizard will spawn soon as well. Looks like Salce going to pick up the Golem with the Incinerate cast right there. Got a Void Staff and a Banshee Veil, so she's in pretty good shape, that Annie. Here we go at the bottom, or the bottom of the middle of the map, I guess. AAA in their own base. Pushing back the super mini waves. You can see two of them right there. Pretty beefy, not dying right away to this Karthus. Karthus 466 ability power, quite beefy. The Annie 450, so they're pretty much following equal builds, which I think is hilarious. They've got almost the exact same items. Looks like Karth is the first to diverge, though, getting another blasting one to pick up a new item. And we'll see how that diverges there. But still, the Baron buff is being worn. Epik looks like they're ready to push again. 61k to 52k. They're still not that far ahead overall in advantages. Look at the levels over there. 18, 18, 18 on 3 of them. 18, 18, 18. Ooh, wow, yeah, level advantage. Pretty good for Epik right now. Dan did quite higher. Wow, there's a turret kill. They're going to keep moving on down. This could be a very large fight. Let's kill that scoreboard, give you a little bit more visibility. And they're looking for something. They've actually found Linak, but they're not going to be able to quite catch him. No way to break the Banshee's Veil. No one can quite jump on that as hard as they wanted to. So still crushing down this minion wave. That's a nice amount of gold picked up there.
Yeah, really steaming on down into that top lane. I mean, there was no one that really could have stopped them. It looks like they could put some pressure onto that inner turret as well. And they are kind of hanging around, just trying to maybe split against All Authority away. But they are waiting for this next minion wave to come in. So I think they're going to start pushing there. Linak fairly aggressively placed, actually, and just trying to pop a couple of those Banshee's Veils off, which it seems like almost everyone has a Banshee's Veil at the minute. Okay, so 4 from against All Authority, and yeah, 3 from Epik. So lots of Banshees Veils everywhere.
Down to the bottom, you can put a stack of items down there. Looks like no major fights happening just yet. They're still a little bit afraid to jump into the base. One thing that Epik can do is ride super minis in, and that's what they're going to do. Dinh jumping into the base right now. Going to make him a little bit scared. Gets stunned out by sOAZ, but he's got so much self-healing available. He's really not in bad shape. He's got a Stark's Fervor. He's got a Spirit Busy. He's got Aegis. This is basically Aura Warwick right now. And they're jumping into the turret right now. Dyrus going to push down to some of these minions. These turrets do not regenerate, so every damage that they deal is going to stick around, and they're going to slowly just kill these turrets down if they can stay into this. And, I mean, they're really just comfortable inside the Against All Authority base, and we'll see if they can push through on this. They're in pretty good shape so far.
Yeah, we see Dinh getting himself out of any trouble there. There's more Banshees Veils being popped, and we're going to see maybe a push in here. Some damage putting out. Ulti comes out from Yellowstar. As you can see, Dyrus is already in there. Did go in onto Soraka, but the main fight kicking off there in the center as we see Salce taking down a lot of damage as well. Doublelift hanging around. sOAZ is trying to get himself out of that situation. Dinh running around. Ulti popped by Karthus as well. Dinh will survive. Flash is going in aggressively. sOAZ just managing to hold on. Nice move from Westrice to pick up that kill. Gets himself out of range of the tower as well. And they should be able to push straight through, and this is going to be good games.
This is 5-0. This is the first game. Epik Gaming going 1-0 in the group, the #2 American seed, taking down the favorites, arguable favorites of this tournament. The very first game. Stay tuned. We've got Pacific versus Fnatic up next.
Yeah, don't go anywhere, guys.
Don't go anywhere.
Because we're here the entire day until, well, the final game of the day starts at 7:15, you know, depending on the schedule, if we're there or not. But that means we'll be here till, I guess, 8 o'clock, maybe 9 o'clock, something like that. So an entire day of League of Legends here on the booth. So make sure you don't go anywhere. Of course, you can play Spin to Win over at the front here, and also the free gaming area. I guess not open just yet, but that should be coming up a little bit soon here. But yeah, as Freak mentioned, next game coming up will be Fnatic versus Team Pacific. First time that we're going to see the Southeast Asian team in action.
Yeah, it's gonna be super glorious. I really can't wait to see these games happen. Looks like on the screen we got people cheering for themselves. Over on the monitor we've got Epik Gaming, people pointing at themselves, mouthing words that we can't hear. They're in a huddle right now. Oh, big picture getting taken of them, of course. People super happy and excited to see their favorite players. And oh, you know what it's time for? I don't know if that went through the stream or not. We have a GG button.
What show you?
That one went through.
There we go.
We have a GG button we can press when games end. That'll be glorious. And we will, I believe, in the near future have post-game interviews. Looks like people are getting ready for that right now, though. Still, the elated team of Epik. You see Salce on the left-hand side. It's actually one of the only 2 players actually recognized. I haven't met the rest of them in person yet. But what a game. Super close game. Started out in the advantage for Against All Authority. The early ganks back and forth. First blood picked up thanks to that Amumu gang. And right back, fired back. Vayne got that kill in Misfortune. The team fight started going a little bit better for AAA. They started building an advantage. The Epik just found a crazy good fight. They built this giant advantage for themselves. They got really far ahead. They baited the dragon into a Baron kill, which was glorious. And that was such a crushing mistake for AAA to not realize if we're all on one side of the map without ward coverage, they can kill Baron. They have Vayne and Warwick. They're really good at that. They're really good at killing Baron, and they just kind of let it happen. And I think that was a really, really silly mistake to make. It's the kind of thing you don't want to let yourselves do in the most really important games of your lives right now. More than any game you guys have played so far, these series of games, all sequentially more and more, mean the most of any game of all you've played. And just looking at the post-game stats.
Dyrus 6-1-16.
Yeah, 6-1-16, died once. Doublelift as well, died once. Everyone on AAA died minimum 4 times. Almost all of them 6, sOAZ only with 4. And sOAZ did manage to go positive that game, 5-4-2. But really the only one. I mean, MoMa started out so strong, but ended up only 3-6. Soraka, I mean, your team doesn't have many kills, you can't get many assists, but 0-6-4. Doing a good job as support, going that 10 minion kill strat. Letting your teammates get all the money there, but just spamming Hearts of Gold, and Ward's basically letting his team get all the gold right there. And you can see Yellowstar, 333 minions, Westrice 1 shy at 332. But so many just metrics to go over. Dyrus, a wonderful job top lane. I was so happy to see Singe, and he really did so much this game. It was really cool because they had a really good positioning gameplay where the battle would start, Amumu would jump in with Bandage Toss and ult, and then Karthus would flash, and he would use Defile, and John would be like, push back with R, push him back out of range, keep him from really doing anything there. You know, push him back out of the way, kept Karthik out of the way, and then Singe would like run around, jump in there, and fling him back over some more. And he really kept Karthik out of that fight. And then by that time, Karthik had taken so much damage from everything else going on. Karthik would die, not get a lot done, get his ult off, which, you know, good. That's some nice damage there. He got a lot of ability power. But Epik played that battle so incredibly well. They picked, you know, wonderful, strong champions that serves great purposes for themselves. And I mean, those team fights, you zoom out and just watch everything you can and hope you can catch it all. And you see battles up in here as, you know, Warwick's like holding down, you know, Soraka at the bottom, and then Misfortune's trying to push him back, and then Vayne's tumbling around doing crazy things, pushing dudes. You know, Vayne can push someone back, Singe can push back, Janna can push back, Janna can push up, Annie's got a big stun. They have great position gameplay, and honestly, look at AAA's lineup, and it's really position based. I mean, you know, Aurelia has to get into melee to fight. Singe doesn't really have to; he just kind of runs around, so it's okay if he gets pushed around. Yellowstar, a very location based, so the double up needs someone to push onto. And actually, I've been told that we now have time for the interviews. We're going to go ahead and take it over to Karen and Traveler, who are going to interview the players from the game.
All right, ready. Hello, we're here with AAA and Epik Gaming, the game you just watched. Really well played. How do you feel about the game?
Well, we are unhappy about how we played. In our opinion, we played bad, but they played well. We had also a little hardware problem. One player was totally cut off sound from us, so that was really hard.
We'll definitely correct that for next game. So, I mean, what are your thoughts? What do you want to do differently next game? You're going to be playing again in a few hours. What do you want to do?
Well, first of all, we will ask the crew to have sound. First of all, we will ask the crew to have sound on sOAZ computer, because that was hard for him to play without anything on TeamSpeak. And we will do better picks and ban.
Great. And what were your thoughts behind the picks and banning this time?
That time, well, we don't know really this US team, even if we checked what they played, and we are not expecting the Vayne at all, else that would have been something that we would have banned.
Great, awesome. Great things to remember for next time. Thank you very much. And for you, we want to introduce yourself to everyone?
My name is Dan Dinh. In-game, also Dan Dinh.
Awesome. And can you say who you played for the last match? Which champion you played for the last match?
I played Warwick the last match. I was a jungle king.
Very cool. Very awesome control of the jungle. Now, about 20 minutes in, you know, the kills are about equal, towers are about equal. What changed in the middle of that game?
What changed in the middle of that game was probably our ward control. We got in oracles a lot earlier than they did, so we were just killing off their wards the entire game and placing our own wards. And what that did was that forced their Soraka to get in oracles, right? And their Soraka had 10 CS by about 40 minutes, so we picked her off a lot, so she wasted a lot of money on oracles. So after about like 20-30 minutes, she was a non-factor. So her heal wasn't even healing for much.
Great, and obviously the right decision there. And then you guys got Baron twice and two aces in the game. And I mean, how do you feel that went overall? Like, is this a great example? Is there anything you want to learn for next game?
I think what we could have done better was our early game. We weren't used to their teleport brush gank, but just because that happened so many times this time, I don't think it's going to happen again. So hopefully going on to the next couple rounds we'll be a little bit stronger.
Great, yeah, definitely something to remember for next time. And for the next game, you know, any thoughts on any bans for next time?
Any thoughts? Not necessarily. From what I've heard, the Europeans generally value Rumble a lot. So we don't know the strength of Rumble. Not a lot of people play Rumble in the US. So why play with like a X Factor, you know what I mean? So we're just going to ban what they call OP.
Great, sounds good. Well, thank you very much. And on to the next game. It'll be Asia versus EU. It's going to be really exciting. And we're going to have a quick commercial break, so stick around.